Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, I am going to be training one of my barn's soon-to-be lesson horses. So if you don't know, my job, other than being an influencer, is to train lesson horses for my barn so that they are easier for inexperienced riders like children to ride. So today my barn gave me the task of riding a horse named Fletcher. So Fletcher was a 7-year-old off-track thoroughbred. Like, really, my barn just wanted him to be a really beginner lesson horse. So a lot of lunging, a lot of work on the lead rein, some pulls, some flat work, and maybe a couple of small jumps. My barn also told me that the problem with Fletcher was that he had a little bit of a temper, you could say. Like, he would refuse a lot and he wouldn't do what he was asked to do, basically. So my barn just asked if I could do a couple of training sessions with him to see if I can improve his demeanor, you could say. So the first thing I did was head inside the barn so I could get to Fletcher and just clip on his lead rope, because I was going to start by lunging him since he would have to do a lot of work on the lead rein. So I just took him over to the lunging arena just to see what he would be like on a lead rein, because obviously with really inexperienced riders, they'll be on a lead rein and he'll have a child on him. I also just wanted to do that just to get some energy out of him. As we started walking, I could see he had a little bit of difficulties with his turns. Then we just started trotting and he was doing really well. He did give me a couple of kicks here and there. Then we just started cantering. After a little bit of cantering, we just switched the rein and he was doing much better on this side. We just started off by walking. Then we just started trotting and he was doing okay. He gave me a little buck and I was a bit surprised because he had been doing so well. So then I just started cantering, and on this rein his turns were definitely a lot better. After that short lunging session, I just let him out of the pen and I just walked him to the wash base so I could tack him up for our training session. I just wanted to lunge him so I could see what he was like before I got on him, and also to just calm him down a bit. So I put on his bridle and took his halter off and then just continued tacking him up. Then I just proceeded to mount up on him and we just headed over to the arena. He was honestly pretty calm. He wasn't very forward. Gave me a little bit of attitude, but it wasn't anything I hadn't really dealt with. We took it very slow. I didn't want to trot until I got to the arena. So when we headed to the arena, I just did a quick warm-up. Even though I had already lunged him and I had already warmed him up, I just wanted to kind of like take it slow. And I'm glad I did, because he did give me a little rear. I was able to push him on, but he did give me another buck. I felt like as soon as I headed into the arena, he just got completely out of hand. He was bucking everywhere, he was rearing everywhere, even in walk. As we got to the end of our more collected working walk, I think he did get a little bit more calmed down. So we went into a more extended walk, and his gaits were honestly beautiful. Now rewatching the footage back, his gaits are really beautiful. So he gave me some kicks, but it was really okay. I didn't really get thrown off the saddle. So we just started trotting. Like I said, he did have a little bit of attitude, but it was honestly okay. He did rear when we were trotting, so I just comforted him with some little pats and then I just urged him on. We just continued trotting and we just proceeded to change the rein. Then we just started cantering and he had such a beautiful canter. We then just proceeded to go over some poles in walk. They were just some really basic poles and he did them excellent. So I went through the other side. This time he did spook at one of the poles, which was surprising because he had just done them before. I wasn't sure if it wasn't just a horse that had passed, so I urged him on and we did it again, and he was honestly amazing that time. So we just proceeded into trot and he did pretty well. I mean, he didn't overjump or anything. He gave me a little buck of sass and we just redid it and he did it amazingly. Then I just wanted to see how his agility was, so we went through this like super tight set of poles. He did clip a couple of the poles, but it was honestly fine. We just headed over this series of poles in trot. He gave me a little buck, but it was okay. And then we proceeded in canter where he actually didn't give me a buck. So I just proceeded into canter into these poles, which he also did amazingly. So then I just decided to show him around the set of raised poles we would be doing. He gave me a buck at the start and I think he was just a bit scared, like what the heck are these? But when we went over it in trot, he did them amazingly. Then we went over it in canter, which didn't go as smoothly, so we had to do it a second time because in the first one, he gave me a buck and then overjumped the whole thing. Then the last set of poles we did were just these scarier raised poles. They were just a bit higher, so I took him around them. He was honestly okay. So then I proceeded to trot him over it. And he gave me a little buck, but I was expecting it. So I just took him over it again and he did much better. So then I decided to prop up some jumps, which we did. He gave me a little like jumping buck on these raised poles, but he did amazingly. Like we did each one separately, so he knew that there was nothing wrong with them, and then when we did it together, he did amazing. Then we just went over this little vertical. We had to go over it a couple of times because as you can see in the first time, I urged him to jump, but he didn't want to, so he reared, but we were able to do it the third time. Then we just went over this double in trot, which he also did really well, and then we just proceeded to go over it in canter. And to finish off, I just put him over this red jump, which was a bit scarier because it had a plank on it, but he honestly did it really well. After finishing that jump, I cooled him off camera, and then I just headed back to the barn so I could untack him and put him in the field. Once we were back, I just dismounted off of him and just untacked him. He was such a good boy. And once that was finished, I just put him in the field. So yeah guys, I'm gonna end off the video there. I honestly think it was pretty successful. I can definitely tell that I honestly think it went pretty well. I could tell that he was improving as we went along. And I think you guys could see it too. The more we went over something and refined it, the better he got. In the poles, the first time we did it, he usually would buck or overjump or rear or spook. The list goes on. But as we did it more times and practiced it more, and as he saw that it wasn't actually that scary, he did start to be more obedient. I honestly think he will be able to be a lesson horse. He does need more training sessions with me, obviously, because he is not ready for little kids to ride him, but I'm glad that I can see his improvement. But yeah, If you like this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. Comment down below if you want like a part 2 of this, either training a different horse, because I do that every single day because it's my job, or even just a series with Fletcher because it's gonna take me a while. And also join my Roblox group so you can wear the clothes that I'm wearing, and follow me on Roblox. And yeah, that's it. Bye guys.